Testing, testing. We are live. Yo. All right, guys and gals. This video is called I'm Not Retired. How do we afford living abroad with no retirement check, no SSI check? How do we bring in income? So I want to check out a comment from a sister that we got on one of the videos real quick. All right. So Mrs. Lene says, I'm currently homeless in America with kids. Someone suggested moving abroad. So I've been researching places to go and what jobs I can secure now that will be able to follow me. Save money, as this might be a better solution. Thanks for sharing this video. So I want you guys to understand that is plenty of options that you can do. All right. I left the United States during one of the worst times in history, according to the world, which was COVID in 2020, right at the beginning of it, right? Um, but when I got over to Mexico, like originally I was supposed to go to Colombia, but when I got over to Mexico, it was already Americans in Mexico, right? I know that sounds obvious to a lot of you guys, but at the time, that was the first time I left the country. And everybody made it seem like, you only go to Mexico if you're wanted from the feds, or, it's just dirt roads, no civilization, and all of that extra stuff. Oh, if you go to Mexico, you're going to get kidnapped by the cartel. Oh, what about the streetwalkers and all of the same stuff that you got in the United States, right? So everybody was warning from that, right? So when I got over there, it's some people that I met. And the people that I met were living pretty good, okay? And these people were not retired yet. If you're watching this right now, you're retired, I got some stuff for you. But if you're watching this right now and you're not retired, don't think that you have to be retired getting the SSI check or a disability check or anything like that in order to move abroad and comfortably take care of yourself and your family. I am only 38. I don't have SSI yet, okay? I'm not retired yet, okay? So if I can do it, I know you don't want to hear that, but you can do it too. If those people can do it, then you can do it too. I've had some naysayers in the comments. It was a guy that was like from the other video you guys were watching. And he was like, yo, you're telling people that they can go over there. Most of the people that I've seen do good overseas are making money online. And then you're just going to use your American money to live better than the locals. How much sense that make? Do I want to live in poverty? I could have stayed in the States for that. Okay. So yes, when I get to a different country, if my currency is better, I want the freaking best for myself and my kids. What's the whole point of you coming to a traveling channel if you don't want to travel or if you don't want a better life? Okay. So for those of you watching, I'm going to show you guys 10 ways that you could bring in income with minimal skills or pretty much no skills without being retired, without getting disability, without having an SSI check or anything like that. I'm going to show you everything. And as a bonus, I'm going to show you towards the end, make sure you stay. As a bonus, I'm going to show you how I actually bring in income. So let's recap. First, I'm going to show you the most common and easy ways that most expats make money and bring in income. Then I'm going to show you how my family and I personally bring in income. So those are reasons to stay. I've been checking out all of you guys' comments and everything, and I appreciate you guys watching. I was trying to connect the better dang on camera, but I had to use Zoom, and I was rushing to get to you guys so I can keep my word and everything. So my apologies for the camera quality. You're gonna have to forgive me with this situation right here. Okay, but just listen to my voice and open your mind. All right. So we're gonna get to the first ones. Make sure you're taking notes. Also, comment document. Comment document if you want me to send you. Can y'all hear me? Put a hashtag yes Lord in the chat. Put a hashtag yes Lord. I'm not Lord. I'm just, that's something that I say, like amen type stuff. So put a hashtag yes Lord in the chat right now if you guys can hear me. Let me know, let me know, let me know so that I know that I'm not talking to myself. It's the first time I'm going live on this channel. So I just want to make sure everything is working right. Okay, I appreciate the likes. Yeah, get those likes up. It's 7 people live. Hey, if you're in some of those travel groups and community groups, share this so that more people can know. Because a lot of people have this limited belief. Yo, I gotta wait till I'm older in order to like move overseas and live good off of a check. No, you don't. All right. So a couple more minutes. I'm trying to let a couple more people get on, and then we're gonna get started. I promise. I promise. So like be patient with me, guys and gals. All right. We got 7 people on here. All right. So as I said before, this is how do we, my family, afford living abroad with no retirement check? Because if I can do it, then you guys can do it. How do we afford living abroad? We moved. Haven't been back in the United States since 2020, when you guys were still masked up like that, afraid to go to the airport and everything. We said, let me get the hell up out of here. And we went over to Mexico and haven't looked back since. Right? I'm 38 now, guys, not retired. You can do it. I'm from Southside St. Louis, from the same blocks you guys are from. Okay. I'm telling you this because a lot of people in the comments try to find some type of situation that other people are going through that makes it easier for them to do it. No, 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 no. Somebody was calling me a military brat. I don't have any connection with my father. Me and my dad don't talk. Me and my dad, we really not close at all. So no, I don't travel the world because of my dad being in the military or something like that. No. So no, I'm from Southside St. Louis. That's where I was raised and brought up, just like the rest of y'all. You understand? Okay. So let's go ahead and get to it. We got 8 people on, and we're gonna get to it. So here are the 10 easiest and most common ways for Americans to make money virtually while living overseas. Make sure you're taking notes. Okay, also make sure you put in the comments below document so that I can send you this document with these 10 different ways. So I'm going to list the skills that you guys might need to acquire if you don't already have them. But most of these, you already have the skills because I don't want you procrastinating. If you have a dream to move, then I want you to be able to move, right? If you have a goal to get the hell out of there, I do not want you in Babylon or Sodom and Gomorrah any longer than you have to be, okay? All right, so number 1, freelance writing and editing, okay? The skills you'll need for this, a strong command of English and writing / editing skills. Now, keep in mind, even if you are a beginner, there are levels to this. You can make a good amount of money, between $10 to $15 an hour doing this skill right here. And I can also show you how to make it in a project-based type situation where you're not working hourly and you can just take on projects and stuff like that. Like I was next door neighbors with a guy in Mexico, and this is what he was doing. He was teaching online, he was teaching English, and he was writing and helping the students and all of that become fluent in English. And this is over here in Mexico. And at the time, he was only, 28 years old? And that was his first time leaving the United States as well. Okay? So some platforms that you can actually promote those services on that you want to do. One of the platforms is Upwork. Another one is Fiverr. So it's called Upwork. The other one is called Fiverr, Fiverr. That's 2 R's, okay? And then the next one is called Pro Blogger, okay? Pro Blogger. Okay, these are all the platforms that you can do this on. And there's high demand for native English writers globally. And is like you can get started with that now, even before you leave the United States. I don't want you guys to have any excuses, right? Put in the chat what countries you've been considering. You don't have to come to Panama where I'm at, even though that'll be cool to have some of y'all slide out here, you understand? But you don't have to. Like Mexico was awesome. A lot of you guys are interested in Thailand. You can do these things from any of these countries, guys. I said it in the other video. Just because you were born somewhere does not mean you have to be buried there. Remember that. All right. All right. God said he made the world for our sakes. He didn't say he made the block for our sakes. Okay. So number two thing you can do to make money and bring in income, and you make your own hours, guys. That means you'll get to go see the waterfalls, you get to see the mountains, you get to see the ocean and all of that, and you can work at your own pace and everything, okay? All right, so number two is teaching English online. Like I said, since you're a native English speaker, you're fluent in it. Now, we talk slang, a lot of us, so you might have to proper yourself up a little bit, because if somebody's coming to the English language for the first time, you don't want to like teach them all the shortcuts and stuff. You want them to know how to speak proper English, right? So all that requires is for you to be like fluent in English, and you guys are already fluent in English. See, I told you guys I was going to bring you stuff that you already have the skills with. And towards the end, as a bonus, I'm going to show you ways that I'm making money. So some platforms that you can start getting hired on right now before you even leave, you might have heard of these before, is called VIP Kid. VIP Kid. Write that down. Like I said, I'm going to send you guys the documents if you comment document below. Also, let's get this channel to 1,000 subscribers tonight, man. Let's do this. Let's do this. Quit being stingy with the subscribe button, all right? So I'm just playing with you. All right, so VIP Kid, that's number one. Then you got italki, is literally I, the letter I, then the word talk, and then another letter I, italki. And these places are easy to get into. All you have to do is have a fast internet speed. If you already have a fast internet speed on your phone or your computer or your tablet right now, you can even do this at a library at specific hours if you don't have your own computer. There's no excuses, y'all. You can do this. You can do this. And over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be showing you some of the apartments and some of the houses here that look like they're expensive, but are actually like super affordable, guys. Houses that you would be paying way more for in the States or in the UK, you can get here way cheaper, okay? So the last platform for teaching English online is called Cambly. Cam, like phone webcam. So Cambly, Cambly. That's another one that I was researching before when I was talking to the guy that I was telling you about in Mexico. He was working for Cambly. All right. So it works because non-English speakers worldwide seek native English tutors. Okay, so this is just a platform that matches native English speakers with people from Japan, with people from Mexico, with people from Italy, with people from all over that are like truly interested in speaking English. They pay for the subscription and you guys get paid out of that and everything like that. So you don't even have to, like a lot of people were thinking that you have to start some type of business. Now, I have businesses. And like I said, as a bonus, I'm going to show you guys that towards the end. So make sure you guys stay for that. But if I didn't have businesses, that would not be an excuse for me. I would hop straight on one of these little projects that I'm showing you guys today so that I can start making money immediately. Like I said, you can start making money from this stuff, some of these projects, before you leave the United States. That way you can have confidence that, yo, if I was overseas right now and my rent was, shoot, in Mexico, you can find a 3-bedroom, 2-bath for under 500, sometimes around 400, depending on which part of Mexico you're staying in. You could be near the beach, all type of stuff, guys. This is no exaggeration. All right, I was there. If you go on my channel, you'll see I was living in Mexico. Now I'm living in Panama. So I know. I also have a house tour. If you go on my channel, you'll see a house tour of when I was in Mexico. And I was living off of the beach before the hurricane came. And you'll notice how awesome that house is. Imagine you got a house. It got a pool in front of the house. And then in front of the pool is the freaking ocean. You have a house, a 2-story house, 4-bedroom, like 3 baths, right? Huge kitchen, like one of those extended clip limousine couches with a giant TV. In front of the house is an awesome pool that you can swim in. I actually baptized my family in that pool before we moved to Panama. And in front of the pool, you have the sand and the freaking ocean right in front of that. You wouldn't believe what I was paying per month for that place. That's crazy, right? Okay. All right. So number 3 way for you to make money, guys, virtually, without a huge skill set, without a huge learning curve or anything like that, so that you guys can start leaving. I want you guys to start creating your exodus plan right now. I call them your escape plan, right? Start preparing your escape plan right now. Go ahead and drive up that like button, hit the subscribe button. Let's do this. Do a Jet Li sidekick G Kundo style to the subscription button if you're not already subscribed. All right, so number 3 is virtual assistant. A virtual assistant. Minimal skills, again, okay, virtual assistant. The only skills you need is organizational skills, communication, and basic tech skills. When I say basic tech, I'm not talking about pulling apart a computer and putting it back together. I'm talking about knowing how to use a phone the same way you guys are on the phone right now, knowing how to send an email, knowing how to respond to a text message and customer support and stuff like that. Simple stuff like that, guys. Things that you're doing already anyway, but you're not making money from it, right? Okay, these are things you already know how to do. Okay, so platforms that you can do this on is Belay. Number 1 is called Belay, like delay, but Belay, and it's spelled Belay. The next one is called Time, etc. I know it's unique, right? Time, etc. You can Google all of these. Time, etc. Okay, and then the last one for virtual assistant jobs is Fancy Hands. Fancy Hands, okay? I know, weird names, right? But you can do all of this stuff virtually, guys. Why does this work? Businesses and entrepreneurs outsource administrative tasks globally. Anything that doesn't require a person to come into a brick and mortar, right? People are starting to use AI for, or they're starting to outsource for foreign help. Okay, places like in the Philippines, Bangladesh, and Colombia, and some places, you can get a worker to work full time for $2 to $5 now. Now stuff is going up, but like $2 to $5 and stuff like that. They can outsource that stuff, but a lot of them want a native English speaker. The bigger companies want a native English speaker, so they're willing to pay higher, $10 to $15, guys. Stuff like that. All right. Now, number 4. Now, keep in mind, some of you guys that just came in, right now, these are tasks that anybody can do that are super close to what you're used to already, only is online, okay? At the end, I'm going to show you how I make money online. These are suggestions based off of what the expats that I know and that I run into are making money, and then I'm going to show you how I make money, okay? So number 4, social media management. And the reason why I love this one for you guys is because you guys are on social media right now. You're on social media all day, but you're not making any money from it. This way, you don't have to feel guilty when you're strolling and using your thumb. Some of you guys use your thumb to stroll so much, you got a bicep in your arm and your thumb, right? Okay, so the only skills you need for this one is knowledge of social media platforms and basic marketing strategies. A lot of you guys know how to like upload a video and all of that extra stuff, but you won't even have to do that with this because the business owners will be the faces of their own companies, and you'll just be uploading for them, editing for them, doing what they ask you to do for their social media accounts. Very damn simple. All right. The only platforms you'll need to be familiar with is Upwork. Like I said, this is where you can list your services on. My bad. There's something in my damn eye, y'all. All right. All right. Upwork, you can list your services on there. Fiverr, like I said before, you can list your services on there. And Hootsuite is a platform or app that you can use to schedule out like the posts and stuff like that from the for the businesses, so that you don't have to manually like upload stuff every single damn day. Okay. All right. So number 5, guys. Number 5, Cinco. Okay. Online tutoring. Now, oh, snap, you might be getting scared now. You're like, oh my God, tutor? I ain't got no damn degrees. Okay. Well, for the most part, depending on what you're tutoring on, you don't need no degrees. Okay. So expertise in subjects like math, science, and or test prep. This can be basic skills, guys. You don't have to teach trigonometry or calculus or high school kids and stuff. You can teach kids that are in like elementary. So you can teach them like basic freaking math. You understand what I'm saying? And the platforms for this is called Chegg Tutors. That's Chegg Tutors. And then the second platform after that is tutor.com. And then the one after that is Wyzant. Wyzant. Oh, snap. You guys can kill it. Can you feel it? Pause. Okay. You guys can make moves. I'm so grateful that you guys asked me this question. Most people see the travel stuff and all of that, and all they want to do is just look in the background, but they don't want to like really know how they can make it a reality. I'm so happy you guys came through the comments and was like, yo, David, can you show us how you're making money or how we can make money? Okay, so I'm delivering on this, guys. So we are on number 6 right now. Remember, if you just coming in, type the word document, and I will send you this document with this list. Okay, so number 6, this is getting a little bit more entrepreneurial, if that's a word now. This one is e-commerce and drop shipping. This is not like a traditional job or anything like that. This is where you're starting to be in control of your own income as much as you want to scale. There's a lot of people making 6 figures or more using this e-commerce and drop shipping. Okay, skills needed is simple. It's product sourcing. If you can go on a website like Walmart, Amazon, Dollar General, and scope out some of the most trending products on there, and you simply relist them on your own different Shopify platform or something like that, and you promote it, and people purchase it, and you keep the difference in between from being a matchmaker. It's very damn simple. It's kind of like you creating your own coupon site. Okay, so platforms, like I said, is Shopify, Amazon FBA, and one that you guys have known since we were all kids, eBay. Okay, those are the most dominant ones that you guys have probably heard of. They also have Alibaba and AliExpress as well. Okay, all right. Why does it work? Products can be sold to a global audience from anywhere. This is why it works, because you can do this from anywhere. I told you haters in the comments in the other video that I was going to come here and give this work to the people that are serious about freeing and liberating themselves. Now, for those of you guys that wish to stay in the United States, I'm not trying to bash the United States, even though it's hell. I'm not trying to bash it. Okay, if you love that country and all of that stuff, cool, good for you guys. My mission and my voice is for those who are pretty much fed up with that way of living there, or they just want a different avenue of life. Seek peace and pursue it. There's nothing wrong with that. So if you want to stay in the United States with your money, stay in the United States with your money. Okay, but if you wish to get the hell out of there, then this is the channel for that. Okay, so now, what is number 7? Number 7 is remote tech support. Remote tech support. Okay, it's very simple, guys. They train you on that. You get paid training, and you can do this for a lot of different major companies that you guys have heard of. Okay, so skills needed. basic to advanced IT skills. I would suggest you go on these platforms that I'm going to name in just a second, and you just look for the basic jobs to start, and you can increase your skills a little bit later. All right. Keep in mind, this is for people that are not retired. So for those of you who are already retired and you're like, damn, this is sound like a lot of work. Shoot, I'm retired. I ain't trying to do that much. You guys are already retired, right? I'm talking to the people like me who are not retired that want something that's not going to take their entire day or anything. They can choose their hours for the most part. You can choose your damn hours. Did you know that, guys? It's almost like you're an entrepreneur. You can choose your hours that you want to work. You can have basic skills. You can work minimally. And guess what? You can live comfortably in a lot of different countries. Every country, I would strongly suggest against more European-centric countries. Countries that try to imitate the United States a lot. England, Great Britain, and the UK, and all of the Canada, and all of those, you're not really going to be able to enjoy the fruits of your labors as much unless you have an abundance of money. You understand what I'm saying? So you might as well stay in the United States, right? But if you want to visit those countries, I'm not stopping you. My goal is for you guys to be able to take the income at the most basic level and be able to live like king and queens. That's what the goal is. I don't want you to go to a whole nother country and still be struggling. What's the point? What's the point? You might as well stay at home, right? So I would avoid living. You can visit these countries, travel the world, get out there and have fun, right? I would avoid living in European, like super European countries that try to imitate the United States. That's just my honest opinion, because you're gonna spend a premium for everything. You're gonna have to come out of the bank. You understand what I'm talking about? Okay. All right. So remote tech support, like platforms like support.com, Geek Squad, and Upwork. It works because it's high demand for tech assistance, as more businesses go digital. Like I said, you guys might be from the era before me. Some of you guys watching this right now, but if you came up in the time that I came up, then you understand that a lot of businesses are now going digitally. They're now like, you know what? Ever since COVID happened, a crap load of companies that did not have a digital presence had to shut the hell down forever. Like they went bankrupt. They was done. The doors is closed. You understand what I'm talking about? Because they weren't prepared digitally. So now they're like, oh, snap, just in case another world event like that happens, let me make sure we have some online departments. These online departments have not gone anywhere since COVID. So you can still work in these online departments, guys. So now we have, what do we want to call it? Number eight, guys and gals. Online consulting or coaching. One of my favorite ones. Okay. One of my favorite ones. I teach people. I have another channel called Anti-Job University. So you guys are new to me and you don't really know me like that. You came in from the video from a couple of days when I was on the beach, right? But I've been an entrepreneur since the end of 2014, the beginning of 2015. Right? My last job working for the city bus in the United States for Metro in St. Louis. I quit that mug. Like I quit it. You understand what I'm talking about? And I never looked back. I didn't even have a plan. I didn't know how I was going to make no money, but I just knew I was too young to sit there and give them all of my freaking years. So I knew I was going to find out. My wife supported me, which was extremely rare in the States. Usually most chicks are money hungry. So if you got a good job and you talking about I want to quit it to be an entrepreneur, they all going upside your damn head talking about some hell nah. You know what I'm saying? But my wife hated seeing me miserable at that damn job. You understand? So she was like, yeah, go ahead and quit. So I took my 6K pension out of that damn place. And we moved out of not the United States. We moved out of St. Louis immediately and went to Paducah, Kentucky, a tiny town called Paducah, Kentucky, supposedly one of the most haunted cities in the United States, supposedly. I ain't seen nothing. But my point is, I knew that $6 grand wasn't going to last. So I had to figure out, like, how the hell am I going to make money? I don't want to go back to a job. And that's the town where I went to the library and I ran into the book called The Laptop Millionaire. And it changed my life forever. That book was filled with all different types of online business models. Like, it's just so many, you guys have no idea. But one of the ones that stuck, besides SEO and real estate, one of the ones that stuck besides SEO and virtual wholesaling was online coaching and online consulting. So that's one of the things that I do now, but I do it on a grand scale. I'm going to show you guys what I'm building towards the end of this. Okay. All right. So, but let's go through it. Now, keep in mind, no matter what, you don't have to, I'm not telling you to be a guru. Okay, let me give you an introduction to me. I'm an expert. All right. I can take a person that's never made any money online and teach them how to make a fortune. That's my introduction. I look like a regular dude. I am a regular dude, but that's the gift that God gave me. He taught me how to help other people free themselves financially. Okay, so that's a gift that God gave me. And one of the things that I do is I'll have a person write down the worst things they've survived in their lives, things that they've been through and overcame. Why? Because God put you through something so that you can help other people. If you survive it, you're a bridge for those people to be able to see the light. So I teach people how to take things that they've been through and overcome. For example, my wife, she overcame addiction of nicotine and everything. I taught her how to create a program called Anti-Smokers. She published a book called God Help Me Stop Smoking, and she made a lot of damn money, and she has her own businesses. So online coaching and consulting, guys, you guys can teach anything you've been through. Maybe you've been through a horrible divorce, but you got back on your feet. It's people that's going through a divorce right now and don't know how they're going to get back on their feet. You can be a bridge for them. You understand? It's people that got out of prison and didn't think they would get back on their feet and make money, and now they got businesses and stuff like that. If that's your story, like, people that have similar experiences, meaning they got records and criminal records, they don't want to get out and try to get a job and all of that stuff, you can be a bridge to help them with that, right? If you've had a long-standing marriage, like, this is one of the worst times ever to be married. A lot of people don't know how to stay married longer than 2 weeks. You understand? So if you've achieved that, I've been married since 2013, been with the same woman since 2007. So I could literally, if I wanted to, do marriage counseling, me and my wife. So you can coach and consult with anything that you have experience or expertise. If you are a single mother and you figured out how to raise some kids successfully and get them sent off without the assistance of a man or the government, that is an achievement right there. It seemed like a curse at the time that you were going through it, but it's actually an achievement, and God gave you that. It seemed like a curse, but it was a blessing, because now you can literally monetize your experience through books, through speaking engagements. People will pay you to come speak at homes and prisons and freaking shelters, all different types of stuff. You understand? Like, dog, what you've been through is a money stream, income stream. Okay, so I'm super passionate about that, guys. In case you don't notice, if you've been fat before, and then you've overcome your food addictions, and now you're more fit than you've ever been in your life, that is something that you can coach and consult on. Okay, and there are platforms like clarity.fm, coach.me, and you can build your own websites if you want to, or have it built for you. But many people prefer virtual consultations instead of coming into a gym to get coached or something like that, or instead of like flying out somewhere. People would love to get coached over Zoom. Zoom got extremely popular during COVID as well. All right, so number nine is one that you guys are witnessing right now. Like, I have multiple YouTube channels for major distribution of my content. Okay, some of those channels are monetized. Okay, this one is almost monetized with the assistance of you guys. Hit that subscription button, man. All right. Content creation, YouTube, blogging, podcasting, all of those things that you see other people doing, and you're being a consumer of those. You can be a producer of those. You can create a channel about anything. It's channels about gardening. It's literally channels. Dude, it gets so crazy. I know you guys have heard of them ASMR channels where people will literally get on the camera. They won't say a word, but they'll just eat. Like they'll get off work, turn the camera on, sit in front of the camera, eat, smacking and stuff like that. And for some weird fetish reason, it'll literally be audiences of people watching some dude or some woman just sit there and eat or crack their nails or pop their bumps. It's all different types of weird fetish type channels. My point in telling you this is that some of you guys think, oh, well, I don't know nothing. What am I going to make a channel about? What am I going to blog about? All of those things that I was just telling you a minute ago with the coaching and the consulting thing, you can make channels about that. I homeschool my kids, right? I took my kids out of them demon freaking public schools before I left the United States and stuff, and they never been back in one of those public schools before. That's a channel. There's a lot of people. There's a whole movement of people that want to homeschool their kids. I would be considered an expert of that now. Like one of my kids has actually graduated now. You understand? From here. So anything you've accomplished or achieved, guys, anything that you have accomplished or achieved, you can create content about it. Like I know a guy that created an entire fashion blog. Now he gets paid to write like articles for some of the most famous fashion websites in the world. It started off with him just documenting, his beliefs and what he likes about fashion and stuff like that. Like it started off with that. And that's crazy, right? Okay, I see a lot of you guys commenting, document. My bad, I wasn't looking at the chat for a while. Oh, I just saw Simply Social, his comment. If you gone, good riddance, bro. You understand what I'm saying? When you start a live stream, it's not the same thing as uploading a regular video. You have to like talk a little bit to give other people time to get on the live stream. They don't all just magically pop up on the live stream at the same time. So if you had to leave, then all right, well, deuces, adios, man. You understand? I understand people's time is valuable, but my time is valuable as well. And I don't want to have to keep repeating the same thing. So I had to talk to give enough people time to get on here so I wouldn't have to repeat it. Okay, so I see you guys commenting documents. I'm going to make sure you guys get that. They said the ghosts were probably scared of you in Kentucky. Okay. All right, so I got you guys. I'm looking at the comments now. Okay, so yeah, content creation. Only skills you need is a little bit of creativity, a little knowledge, and whatever you want to create the content in, and consistency. Through consistency, you become an authority, right? You become an authority source and figure, right? All right. Platforms you can create content on is YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Well, they just banned TikTok, so that might be disappearing in a minute. Twitter, WordPress, Anchor.fm, pretty much all the places you guys visit anyway. Okay, so these are places that you guys can check out creating your own content. All right, now before I show you guys what I actually do for a living to make money, number 10, let's get a drum roll. Drum roll, okay? Number 10 is online reselling, okay? Online reselling, okay? So the skills are minimal again, bargaining and market research. If you can do bargaining and market research, then you're good. And some of the platforms you can do this on is eBay, Poshmark, and the Facebook Marketplace. I'm pretty sure you guys have been to the Facebook Marketplace before, right? If you haven't, is easy. You just go on Facebook and yeah, yeah. Okay. So why does this work? Because reselling used or vintage items is popular globally, right? Something that is old and worn out here, people in countries like the Philippines or a lot of different third world countries, they would love to have your old and worn out stuff. We kind of spoiled from the United States. We kind of spoiled, right? So, we got to have the newest and the freshest stuff for the most part, but in different countries, like I noticed, like soon as I went to Mexico, as soon as I moved to Mexico, all of that keeping up with the Joneses stuff, that died out. Like pretty much everybody wear, from what I was seeing, every time I go to the store, it'll be people there hanging out. People wear the same thing every day. Like ain't nobody keeping up with the Jones or caring about that type of stuff. Not the average person anyway. You got your flashy people, obviously, but for the most part, that's an American and I'll just say a European type mindset with all the fanciness and all of that extra top of the line high end stuff. Except for the gold diggers. You got gold diggers everywhere, right? Okay. Okay. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you guys. Those were the 10. And don't forget, I'm going to send you guys the documents. All right. If you don't see it, like I'm gonna reply to your comments and everything like that. And I'm matter of fact, let me put my email because I don't want you to put your email in the chat because you got a lot of spammy people and stuff like that. I'm putting my email in the chat. You guys just email me right now so that I can see it before I go to bed. Email document. Just email the word document. Put that in your subject line of the email and put it in the body of the email and maybe put your name so I can know who I'm addressing it to. All right. Everybody that's watching this right now, email that. Open up another window and email the word document. And I'm going to make sure you guys have these 10 different ways, plus this bonus way that I'm about to show you in a second. All right. Okay. All right. Somebody asked me where I'm from. Well, I was born in Honolulu, Hawaii, but I was raised Southside St. Louis. Okay. All right. So now let me close that out. I'm going to take you over to my main channel. And then I'm going to show you what I do and how I've helped so many people. Let me, okay, share my screen. Put a hashtag yes, Lord in the chat if you can see my screen. I want to make sure I'm not doing too much that you guys can't see. Okay. Can you guys see my screen? Let me know. Let me know, let me know, let me know. Do. Have you tried the expat life in the Caribbean? Do you think? Only countries I've stayed so far, guys, is Mexico and Panama. That's it. Okay, so anti-job university. Anti-job university. And then entire 2025, I will be spending that year building out my actual university. Okay. All right. So this is the AJU channel right here. And over here, I teach a few business models and my students get results. They make a lot of freaking money. Okay. Here's an interview right here. Interview right here. This is my wife right here. Interviewed her on her business. Here's another one of my students right here. I have him drop servicing helicopter rentals. So basically, it's service arbitrage. That's the business model. I teach them service arbitrage. And basically, you act as a third party service provider. You make the connection between the customer or the client and the business owner, and you get the in between money. So you're a matchmaker. It's very simple. It's the same business model as Airbnb. Okay, Airbnb does not own any of the properties. They own no real estate, but you come to their platform, you book a vacation rental, they keep 200 to 300 of that and call it transaction fees and cleaning fees. And then the person that actually owns the property gives you the key. That's the same business model. Turo, the same thing. The platform owner makes money when a person comes to Turo and rents out somebody else's car. DoorDash, same thing. It's a platform where restaurants list their restaurant deals. Customers come there and order food. DoorDash gets a cut from each order. So you guys are starting to notice a pattern, right? You're a matchmaker. So a lot of my students made the most money through this service arbitrage, but they do it in a niche with the party buses, the car rentals, the vacation rentals, sort of thing. I can show you my top student right here. Let's say 140. I'll type that. Okay, so this is my top student right here. His name is Keith. He made 140K in less than 90 days. Okay, this is him right here. And this is Dejan right here. He does the helicopters. We got people that do the yacht charters. They drop service, the yacht charters. There's a whole bunch, guys. So I know my appearance don't look very professional or businessy, but this is literally what I do. This is how I make money from here. I have my community as well. Anti-Job University, Army, right here. This is a free community. And we have, let me see, almost 5,000 members in here as well. Okay. And for business owners, this is my agency. Well, consider it an agency anymore. We get partners. We partner with the business owner. Because as an agency, you feel like you're like that. So I don't really like all that. So we partners owners have these services. Is $197 for this service right here. I really don't like it. They will fly back to the United States, but they'll pay for all of that stuff. So, if I can get one of these per year, that pretty much covers all, as you can imagine, all of my expenses. I only did one of these so far, but it's good to have the option on the site just in case. So you never know who's going to visit your website and how much money they have. So it's always good to have an outlandishly expensive service or product on your site just in case, because you can make a killing if somebody says, you know what, I want that one right there. Okay, so these are the things that I do. Gregory says he does construction. He said, I do construction. He says, I like the third party business model. Yeah, it's super simple, man. So basically the students come in, I give them this right here. They get their own, it's an ugly site, but it works. Like it makes a lot of money. So I pretty much just transfer, hold on, the internet is going super slow right now. Okay, so they get a party bus website. Okay, this is a party bus website that I just give them. I give them that, and then I give them ways to generate leads to get the customers to come in to book. Okay, so say for instance, like I teach them how to make the partnerships. So we'll make the partnerships. We'll go to, let's say, we'll go to Groupon.com, and we'll Type in party bus. I'm just giving you guys a quick rundown. A quick rundown. I told you guys that if you stay to the end, I was going to show you exactly how I make money and how my students. So now you know I have students making six figures in short periods of time, right? Less than 24 to 48 hours, they get results. This is what I do. Okay. I know over here on this channel is more about just behind the scenes of my life with my family and us traveling and all of that. But this is the business side of me. Everybody got different sides to them. So as you can see, if we come over here to Groupon.com, some of you guys know about this, is a coupon site, but online. These business owners have already discounted their services. So for an hour, they're willing to cut their $225 normal rate all the way down to 81. Okay, so check this out. I teach my students going to do a 4-hour block. So they're only charging 81. Guess what? We can charge the normal 900 for a 4-hour block. So them have 81 times 4 hours. What is going to be the remainder out of this 900 for us, or out of this 1247 for us? What is going to be the remainder? So my students, I teach them how to run like simple Facebook ads, or create a thumbtack account with their services on there. And when people come in, they say, hey, my birthday is coming up. I need a 28 passenger, 35 passenger, 30 passenger, a 50 passenger, or something for this amount of hours. We create the block with our partner. We get we collect the payment, then we give the partner their cut, and we give the partner the customer's information. Now, in case you think this is weird or something unusual type business model, okay, well, what do you think this is right here? Let me show you. What do you think this is right here? I mean, we booked our first flight on Cheapo Air. Cheapo Air is just a platform that hosts the deals of other businesses. Okay, so if you book a flight here, it's going to show you airlines. Cheapo Air does not have an airline. Okay, how about this? Because you know you got the skeptics out here. So the Bible says to prove all things. Kayak.com. What does kayak.com do? They have hotels, they have cars, and the entire vacation packages. Have you ever seen the plane with the word kayak on the side? They do not own any airlines. They don't own any hotels or anything. They use this same business model. They created a platform, and then they created partnerships with all of the major companies. Then when people like you and me come here to fill this out right here, they show us the best deals. We pick a deal, we pay for it, they get their cut, and the airline or the hotel or the car rental company or the travel agency gets their cut, and boom, on to the next transaction. Super simple. Super simple. And yes, this can be done virtually, obviously, because I am out here and I have not been back to the US since. Before I left the US, this is what I was doing. Right? So do you guys have any questions right now? I want to make sure I answer any questions you guys have. Now, I'm not going to make this channel into a business channel. Since business is a huge part of my life, you guys are going to see a lot of behind the scenes of stuff, because since I'm in Panama now, once I become a permanent resident, I'll be able to do business. And business here, business in most places outside the United States, for me anyway, is going to be extremely easy to dominate. Why? Because, I mean, we all know where the internet was invented. The internet was invented in the United States. Websites were invented in the United States, right? Like marketing and all of this stuff was pretty much, as we know it, invented in the United States. So whereas most of the competition in the freaking United States. So even the most basic stuff that I do in the United States is like genius out here in countries like Panama, Mexico, Bosnia, freaking Germany, France and stuff. Like they haven't heard of the type of marketing and stuff that I can do. So I can literally just take companies that have been here for 30, 40 years and just, you understand, just with basic skills. So once I get my permanent residency, that's my plan. So you guys are gonna see that. My wife, I'm gonna introduce you guys to my wife and my kids as well. In a couple of days, make sure you guys come back. In a couple of days, I'm gonna give you guys a couple of days to be able to marinate and understand a lot of this stuff we talked about. I don't want to overwhelm anybody. But my wife, she's gonna open up a restaurant chain here. Like you guys are going to be able to see all of that. We're going to document all of that stuff, how we deal with the lawyers and how we're going to buy land, how you guys will be able to do the same thing. And, but remember, only knowledge I have is for Mexico and Panama. So Gregory hold on, Matt says, hi, brother, is there going to be a replay? Yes, sir. Once this is over, the replay will be available on the channel. Okay. For the first part of it, I'll say like 3 to 4, maybe 3 to 4 minutes. I'm just talking to the camera and stuff like that because I'm giving you guys time to get on. Like I told the other gentleman, everybody doesn't just pop on at once. So I have to like talk in order to get y'all enough time for the notifications to reach y'all and stuff like that. So if you want to, when you watch the replay, you just simply like skip the first 3 to 5 minutes till you get to the part where I'm naming all the different ways that you can make money and stuff like that, okay? For anybody that want to watch the replay. And then Gregory asks, do you plan on having live streams regularly? Yeah, if you guys, if that's something that you guys enjoy, this is a way for me to talk to you guys because when I upload a recording, you're not there and you can't like say anything back. So I do like being able to have a two-way conversation. So if you guys can make a commitment to show up, we can come up with some times to do these live streams where everybody will be able to be there at a good time and all of that stuff. I don't mind answering any questions you guys have. If I don't know the answer, I'm humble enough to be like, yo, I don't know, but I'll get you the answer. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of connections here. I got a lot of connections in Mexico. So if there's anything you guys want to know about either country, I'll be able to get the information for you guys, okay? So now you guys also know 10 ways that you don't have to stay there, guys. Thanks, Deuce. Deuce said that sounds great. You don't have to stay in the United States. You don't have to stay in any country. If you're watching this and you're in the Philippines and you're like, yo, I want to go somewhere else. Go some freaking where else, guys. You're not trapped. You're not enslaved. You can, if you can access a passport, then get the hell out of any place where you don't feel welcome, free, or happy. You understand? Also, now, this is another reason for you guys who are watching this replay to subscribe. I have a video coming up because I'm starting to realize there's a pattern going on. Most of the haters that I get in the comments are probably people who can't leave the United States. So instead of me being angry with them, I know they're just venting their frustrations of feeling trapped. So what do I mean by that? Some people have years left with child support or some type of child commitment and stuff until their kid turns 18 and they can't leave because of the mother or the father or something that they were dealing with. So for those people, they might feel a little salty when we sit and talk about, hey, you can just hop up and leave the country because they might not be able to, right? And then you got the other people on the other side who are on papers. Like my little brother, I'm not going to say his name. My little brother, for a long time, was on papers, like like house arrest and that type of stuff, guys. You know what I'm talking about. So he couldn't leave the country. You understand what I'm saying? So if that's your situation for now, like I get it, but that does not mean that you can't be free or have some type of semblance of freedom or paradise. What do I mean by that? I have a live stream. I guess I'll go ahead and do the live stream, do this as a live stream instead of uploading it as a video. I guess next time I go live, what I can do is I can do the 10 places that the United States own is US territory, but you don't have to have a passport to go there. So for those of you guys with a criminal record or something that can't get a passport, or those of you who with a baby mama that's trying to hold you back or something like that, there are still places that feel like they're foreign with the currency, with a low cost of living and everything like that, with a good quality of life that don't require you to leave U.S. territory, but you can still leave the main, what do you call it, continent? You can still leave the main lands. You can still leave the mainlands. So for example, I'll just give you a preview. Puerto Rico, Guam, and then that's it. I'm not going to tell you the rest. So, right? Okay, yeah, Deuce said, I definitely need those 10 places. Make sure you show up, man. We're going to do that live stream. That's the one that got me super excited because I get it, man. Like, everybody don't have the same situation. But instead of people being haters in the comment like, yo, you shouldn't be telling people to leave the country. And then everybody don't want to leave the country. No, I understand. If you can't leave, you probably ain't left because you can't leave. Because you would be singing a whole different song if you could. So I get it. I get it. So instead of feeling trapped, guess what? You still don't have to stay in St. Louis. You still don't have to stay and die in Chicago. You still don't have to stay and die in Atlanta. You can go in some of the 10 places that I'm going to tell you to, where I don't have that foolishness at. Where your money is still American, it's still U.S. territory, but it stretches. So it's no excuse not to seek peace and pursue it, guys. Even if you can't leave the U.S. territories, you can still leave Vegas, Los Angeles, drive-by nation. You understand? New York, gutter bucket. You can still leave all of these places. Gregory said, I'm empty nester. Time to find a new nest. All praises to the Most High. I'm with you on that one. I'm with you on that one. Oh, Deuce. Also, that was you I talked to earlier. Deuce said, hey, man, after our one-on-one earlier, I'm tapped in on both channels and in the membership. Okay, so Deuce, I guess he found me through here. But he got the one-on-one session with me, guys, and I gave him access to the programs for my business models and everything. And we had like a 2-hour conversation. It's supposed to be 1 hour, but he's a cool dude and he's smart and he was super interested. And I could tell he's gonna like kill it and be one of my testimonials, right? So I ended up staying on there like 2 hours or some change like that, right? So yeah, welcome, man. What's up? I'm happy you came over to the live stream. He said he was gonna show up and he kept his word, right? All right. So for those of you guys who are interested in this business model, remember, you guys asked me to do it. Well, maybe not you guys in specific, but if you go to the comments in the other video, they was asking me, how do I do what I do and can I teach them? So that's why I did this. Now you guys understand. I'll say, see, Deuce says we were on the phone from 10:30 to 1:30. Damn, that's crazy. Wow. But it was fun. Time flies when you're having fun, right? Yeah. So let me show you guys, and keep in mind, this is not you can do it or you cannot do it. You can do those other 10 things that I showed you guys if you want to. You can do that. Like, you do not have to do what I'm about to show you right now. You don't have to do it, but I'm just giving you options like I said I would because they asked, okay? So this is copy and paste rentals, the same program that Deuce, that's in the comments right now, and the rest of my high earning students have access to. Okay, this is copy and paste rentals. TT, she got results in less than an hour the same day. Shakeem, he got leads the very next day. And as you can see, I had to do a follow-up with him Like right after that, he got 8 bookings, and then he was booked up for months. Same thing over here with Hafiz and everything. So it's only $297 to get instant access to the program. You get other bonus courses as well. On top of that, we go live in the community. We do Q&As. We do mind transfer sessions. This is where, obviously self-explanatory, I try to transfer my way of thinking as far as business goes. As far as business goes, because I believe in leverage, so you guys don't have to start from scratch. So we read books together. We do all type of stuff to like become supreme entrepreneurs and become, financially free and everything. So we have the guarantee if you don't hit your first 1 to 3K in the first 14 days using this business model, then we'll pay you for every assignment successfully completed. Okay, so that is our guarantee. Why? Because I know that when people plug in what I teach, they make money majority of the time, like within the first week. Okay, so I can give a crazy like guarantee like that. So what I'm gonna do, no pressure to anybody. I'll go ahead and put this in the comments. Like I said, this is not a salesy channel and everything, but I want to be able to give you guys everything, all the tools you need and resources you need to be able to free yourself. And one of those ways of freeing yourself is financially. If you don't have to work a 9-to-5 job, then you shouldn't have to. Okay. So why is this charger not plugged the hell up? Hold on, y'all. I don't want this to cut off. Oh, yeah. I didn't plug the damn charger up. Yeah, I had took a little nap, you understand? I had took a little damn nap and got up at like 5 something. I was like, damn, man. I told them I was gonna be on there at 7. Something was telling me, you know what, people probably ain't even gonna show up on this channel right here. Cause this ain't a business channel, so even though they asked, they probably ain't gonna show up. But I'm happy I did this live stream because y'all actually showed up. That's awesome. I'm super happy for y'all and I'm proud for y'all. Like I said, so you're gonna get the community, you're gonna get me as a coach. You get to follow along with the other successful students, other students in there that got other businesses and other experience. They're smart as well, and they'll be able to help you. I'll be able to help you. The majority of the people, they get results within the first week or two. We really haven't had anybody come back later talking about it's been 6 months and I just got my first deal. Now, people get their deals or they get their results like extremely fast. We got real estate in there for vacation rentals. Matter of fact, let me just show you guys a tour of the actual course. This is just one of the courses that you'll get. Okay. And this is something that you guys can begin doing even before you leave the United States. Gregory said, how do I sign up for the program? I just put the link in the chat, Gregory. You can go ahead and just sign up right now. While I'm up still, I can make sure you get instant access into the group and make sure you're all settled and everything with the course and everything. So this is copy and paste. We teach high ticket drop servicing in here. The first section is how to do this business model step by step with the party bus niche. Even during COVID, in combination of me and my students, we were making millions when the country was supposed to be shut down. Hey, we show income proof. We show our earnings, guys. So I don't have to, I'm not making this up. Okay. So this is what you can be doing to live in whatever part of the world you want to live in and pretty much live like a king. So the first section, like I said, is for party bus rentals. The second section is if you want to do the same business model, but with the yacht rentals. The third section is for the vacation rentals. Okay, so like similar to the Airbnb model, it's not Airbnb. We teach you something else, but it's similar, but it works faster. And then the fourth section is you doing something similar to the Turo model with car rentals. And then last but not least, we have the section for the helicopter rentals and everything. So you guys get in there, you select which one, which niche you want to go into. It's all the same business model. It's just a matter of preference. Like I said, we go live in the community. It just in case you just got on here. This is one of the communities. Look at it. Somebody named Brian Benjamin probably on here right now. Just asked to join. But that's the private community. That's the private community, Brian. Hold on. Is that a payment or something? You know, this is the free community right here, guys. This is the one, if you're not a paid student, you can join this one. Brian just asked to join the private community, which I don't even know how he found that one. He must be on here with us. You on here, Brian? Okay, look, we got the member request. Okay, so I'm gonna have to check to see if you already became a paid student. And if you did, then I'll accept that and you have access to the private community as well. If you're on here, Brian, I don't, I don't know what your YouTube name is. Like a lot of you guys aren't using your real name on here. Okay, so we'll see. Okay, but yeah, so this is one of the programs. Then you get access to agency to partner as well. That's one of our more advanced programs. When you're ready to level up from this one, you get free access to that one when you get this today. So guys, I gave you everything you need in order to be able to take care of yourself. I showed you how you can do it with jobs virtually, like online remote jobs. And then I just showed you how you can become an entrepreneur and pretty much cut your own damn check. If I mean, that's my option. That's my first option. Like, but even if you want to just tread the waters and, if you don't care if it's a job, as long as it's remote, then you can do those options that I showed you earlier. But this is what I've been doing since the end of 2015. This is how I was able to build Limo Service Champs, a virtual limo service, and I could sell it off for 6 figures. I was in Chicago, Dallas, Fort Worth, Sherman Oaks, Thousand Oaks, Boston, and can't remember the last place. But I was able to do that in less than 2 years and sell it off for 6 figures. And it was all virtual. I didn't even have any physical, I didn't have any physical assets. No limousines, no party buses or anything like that. Everything was through partnerships and everything like that. And I was still able to sell off that digital entity for 6 figures. Oh, okay. So that was you, Trini Tario be traveling. He said, no, you can decline me for the private community. I didn't pay yet. Sorry about that. This has been, all right. Nice to meet you, Brian, man. Nice to meet you. It's okay. I got you. Just, whenever you're ready, if you decide, then that invitation will be for you. If you decide that you don't want to do copy and paste rentals, guess what? You can still do those 10 different options that we discussed earlier. You know what I'm saying, which is like all of those different like online remote jobs that you can do. So you guys have every option under the sun. It's all about selecting one. Be decisive. You know what I mean? Understand, choose one. Discipline yourself, stick to your word, make a check-off list. I'm gonna do a video showing you guys my check-off list. It was a very simple check-off list because I didn't want anything hindering me from leaving the United States when I was ready to go. So it was very simple. Little simple stuff like, hey, get my pictures taken 4-hour passports. Little simple stuff like that. Then it was get the passport. Then it was go on Amazon and buy luggage, because it's not real until you start checking off that list. Until then, you're just conversating. Until then, you're just talking about it and yapping and saying, you know what, I want to do this. But once you start checking off that list slowly, like then I started getting consultations with people that were living in the countries that I was interested in. Then I started taking little lessons of stuff and scouting out areas that I might want to visit and stuff when I get there. Then I started looking on Airbnb for places that I would book, like vacation rentals. Then I started looking for ticket prices when our passports actually made it to us. And then, before you knew it, the checklist was checked all off and I was in a different country. So just start with your checklist. And as you mark stuff off, it will become a reality. I know it sounds weird and woohoo and woo-ha. I promise you, I ain't one of those big vision board type dudes, but if you make a check off list, like a to-do list, as you check off that stuff, it starts to become real in your mind. And you're like, damn, it's actually finna happen. I'm about to leave this mug. I'm about to leave this mug. Oh, snap. My passport just came back. Once your passport get back, and for some of you, you already got your passport. My question would be, why the hell are you there? No, I'm just playing. But but for those of you who don't have your passport, when that mug come back and they tell you you can come pick it up, or I don't know how they do it now, maybe they deliver it to your house or whatever. Once you get that mug in your hands, it's like, oh snap. I can leave now. It's just like it just snaps in your head like you was trapped or something. You was never trapped. We just told ourselves that. We just were programmed that, all that matters is our city. Represent, tattoo your street name on your neck, even though they can gentrify that neighborhood and kick you out of that mug. Now you're living on the other side of the damn city with the old street on your neck, right? We was taught that type of stuff, but you don't have to stay like that. You don't have to keep thinking like that. You don't have to remain like that. You can leave. You can free yourself, guys. And you don't have to hate the United States like I do. I don't hate the entirety of the United States. I just hate the government and its policies and all of that stuff, And I hate the freaking, gang violence and the pettiness and the racism and stuff. But it's other stuff that I do like about it. But just because that don't mean, yeah, there you go, Gregory. That's what I'm talking about. He said, I'm not married to no country. Exactly. You can live wherever you want. God said he created the world, WORLD, for our sakes. That means if I want to go to Afghanistan tomorrow, I can do that. I can do that because I feel like it, because I want to, because I've laid the foundation before me to be able to afford to, those things. So once you accomplish these things, guys, you can do that. You can do whatever the hell you want to, guys. Nobody can stop you. Okay, if your papers are not in order, be on your best behaviors. Get off your papers, get off your house arrest, get off of whatever. Don't drop dirty no more. Whatever you're going through, just handle what you need to handle. No excuses in order to free your damn self. All right, and like I said, in the next couple videos, I'm going to release the one where it has the 10 places, the 10 U.S. territories that are outside of the mainlands. So you'll still feel like you're out the country because technically those places were different countries before the U.S. took ownership of them. Okay, so you can still get the experience of traveling and getting the hell out of there. Dude says, I just want to go. I just want to live somewhere where I can keep my funds. I heard that. That's what I'm talking about. If you got kids, y'all, listen, I'm going to be a little bit more harsh with you. You understand? Like, we should want our kids to be cultured. We shouldn't want our kids to be, just one-dimensional. You should want them to be multi-fashion and multicultural, like, be able to experience the world. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we shouldn't want them to have to start from scratch like we had to start from scratch. We should want our children's children to be like, yo, my great-great-great-grandpa or grandma, like, they were the first ones to come over to this country or start something new or start something different. Step outside of the box. Stop being scared. You understand? So Brian said the racism is real. I feel more welcomed outside the country as a black man. And that's bars right there. Like you're gonna feel stuff no matter wherever you go. But like I said in the last video and in the comments, there are levels to it. In some countries, if you're a black man, they'll stare at you. They'll stare at you. They might whisper and stuff. But at least they're not following behind you with a noose or an execution squad. I can shake hands with cops out here. I can walk up to soldiers and ask them what time it is without them yelling, he's got a gun out of nowhere. I can walk to the store without saying to myself, I wonder if I'm going to be Mike Browned or you know, the other brothers. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't trying to turn it into that situation, but since y'all brought it up, yeah, that's a real thing. But out here is not. And most of the people just as dark or darker than me. There's a whole color spectrum. When you go here, when you go to the Philippines, when you go to Thailand, when you go anywhere in South America, you know, obviously they, you know, there's a whole bunch of different colors and stuff like that. So, but my thing is just don't touch me and we won't have a problem. As long as you don't touch me just because I'm black, then whatever, you can think whatever the hell you want to think. But I don't want nobody touching me. I don't want to end up in some swamp in Alabama or New Orleans just because they don't like what I look like. Right? That type of stuff is dead. I don't want none of that bull crap. And I'm pretty sure y'all don't want none of that. And, you know, I've met people from all different types of backgrounds that's cool out here, you know, which allowed them to be able to put their history in history, whether they were racist in the States. I've met some people out here that left that stuff behind as far as I can tell. I still don't trust nobody. You understand? I still don't trust nobody. But like, I don't, even with the Americans, there's certain Americans out here that don't really want to talk to you and stuff like that. But the ones that I've met, they cool, they help you out and all different types of stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever, man. But I ain't really here for the Americans, am I? I'm right. If we meet up, then cool, you know. But if not, then I don't care about that. I'm here because I wanted to show my kids something different. I didn't want them to end up on OnlyFans. I didn't want them to end up on a missing milk carton. I didn't want them to end up on America's Most Wanted. I didn't want them pregnant at 13 because they school tells them that if they feel like they're an adult, then they're an adult. I didn't want them to change their gender because the teacher told them, if you feel like you're in the wrong body, then you're in the wrong body then. You know, I don't want none of that bull crap. Okay? Yeah. Uh, uh, Brian said in Cambodia, club owners came to take pictures with him like he's a celebrity. Yeah, man. Like being an American has perks. Take advantage of it. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, be wise, you know what I'm saying, and make moves, guys. So do you guys, is eight? Is eight? We've been on here since what, 6 o'clock? You guys have any more questions about starting your income streams so that you can free yourself and all of that stuff? If you do, I gave you guys my email. I'll put it in the chat again. That's my email that you can send any questions to, right? Y'all can take that down. And for those of you who want to do what my top earning students and I are doing in order to build a more than a sustainable passive income stream, I'm going to put the link to that as well in the chat right now. Okay, so both of those, my email, as well as the place where you can get instant access to the course and the community and coaching multiple week. So we got another person. Who's this other person? Some other dude. Y'all just saying that? Somebody named Joe. Maybe they're trying to get in the other group. Didn't y'all just see a Joe over here? Just saw somebody named Joe trying to get in there. Okay, maybe they trying in the okay, yeah. Maybe there's over here in this group. This is the public group right here. Okay, so here you go, Brian. I just accepted you inside the anti-job university army. So now you have access to the free community with almost 5,000 people in there. Now you guys know my big secret that was not a secret. Now you know what I do for a living. You understand what I'm saying? Gregory said this has been an eye-opening experience. All praises to the Father, all praises to the Most High. Another thing, guys, I love God. I believe in God. You understand? It was a point in time where I thought that was the white man's Bible, just like everybody else did, until I read our story inside the book. All of those, somebody in the comments was saying the other day that, oh, you lost me when you started talking about that Bible. You lost me when you started talking about God and stuff like that. And then they tried to, Jesus Christ. My bad, people calling me and stuff. Then they tried to pull a scripture. You say you don't see it. What do you mean you don't see it? You just got to prove, man. All you got to do is go in the community now. Just refresh your Facebook. You don't see what? Let me know what you don't see so I can make sure you get it. Okay. But yeah, so they was like, ain't that the same book that says servants obey your masters? Okay, guys, stop watching Roots, stop watching Django, stop watching all those old freaking dang on slave movies. Do you remember Birth of a Nation with Nat Turner? Do you remember when he revolted? And do you know why that happened? Because he started reading in the scriptures our story in there. And he started reading in the scriptures how our so-called masters were actually supposed to be treating us. We were not supposed to be getting beat. We were not supposed to be getting killed, R-worded and all of that extra stuff and buck broken and hard labor like that. None of that stuff was supposed to happen. So when he realized that, when he read that and read the scriptures, this is why they didn't want us to read, because they were misquoting the scriptures to us. They knew that we couldn't read it, so they could just say, hey, if you want to please God, you better obey us. Now, keep in mind, there's an order for everything. So in the scriptures, it does say, I put the email in the chat. It's in the chat. I'm putting it in there right now. You might see me showing up as Anti-Job University in the chat, but it's the only email that's in there. I just put it in there again. Y'all see it? But let me know if you guys can see the email, and let me know if you can see the link to the website in the chat. I just put it in there like 8 times. Can y'all see it? It's in the chat. CPA Genius 99@gmail.com. CPA Genius 99@gmail.com. But Deuce, you already got my email, man. All right. So, but yeah, so when it's an order to everything, guys. Now you got to keep in mind every nation has had its chance. We've owned, if you want to call them slaves, before as well in history. Every nation has been in captivity before. So when it says servants obey your masters, it means just that. Anybody who is in charge, if you have to follow the laws of the land. Why is it such a big deal when you hear that? When if you're speeding down a highway over the speed limit, you know that's breaking the law. Aren't you supposed to obey that? So it's okay for you to understand that outside the Bible. But if you read that in the Bible, it's like, oh, I can't believe that. Check this out. If you were in charge right now, if it was your nation's turn to be in charge right now, then the other nations would have to obey your laws too. That's just the way it goes. And guess what? We have had our chances where we were the ruling nations in the world, and they had to obey us. So what's the problem when it says that now? Okay, Greg. I put it in the chat, y'all. Like CPA Genius is in the chat, y'all. It's under the name Anti-Job University. It's CPA Genius. Look through the chat. Just look through the chat, okay? CPA Genius 99 at Gmail. CPA Genius 99 at Gmail. C, cat, P, person, A, apple, the word genius, the number 99 at Gmail. Okay, y'all should have it now. Okay, all right. So keep this in mind, y'all. When you get to the New Testament and the scriptures, all of that is over. That's another reason why a lot of people don't like to go further into the New Testament, because it says there is neither Greek nor Jew, bond nor slave, or free. I mean, bond nor free. We are all one under Christ. So there's no more masters and servants, guys. So all that getting upset because the Bible talking about some servants obey your masters, guess what? If you are the employer at a company, your employees are servants, are they not? Like, dog, why do people get so offended and stuff about stuff? That's common sense. Okay? So in the New Testament, he makes it clear we're not supposed to lord over each other. So we're all brothers and sisters. There is no more servant or master. Our only master is in heaven now. So y'all can stop getting offended by that. And if you want to know who you are, I'm not going to turn this into a sermon or anything like that. If you're one of them people that still think that's the white man's book, there's a reason why they waited until you didn't have any interest in that book anymore to teach you how to read. Go read Deuteronomy chapter 28 and you'll know who the hell you are. You're not an African American. You'll know exactly who you are. All right. I'm going to leave it right there. We're not going to turn this channel into that. All right. So now you guys know how I make money, and you have 10 other ways of making money as well. If you don't have any questions, guys, go ahead and, like I said, I left the email in the chat. And I left the website that you can go to, copyandpasterentals.com. Copyandpasterentals.com. You guys have everything you need in order to be able to succeed, in order to free yourself, in order to leave the country, in order to make more money, even if you're there, and all of that extra stuff. You can do this, guys. You can do all things. I know you can. I've been able to do it. You can do it. Right? A dude that done had every job under the damn sun. Okay? Okay? So, guys, love you guys. I'm grateful that you showed up on here. Make sure you guys show up on the next one. We're going to talk about the places that you can visit or move to that are U.S. territory where you don't need a passport. I'm also going to introduce you guys to my family of 5. We got a freaking dog and a rabbit and all type of stuff. You understand what I'm saying? Like, yo, you can do it. You understand? Nothing can hold you back. All right. Love you guys.